of course, with social media, Twitter and Facebook. People don't believe this when I tell them that Facebook's, Twitter, Instagram, they're racist to Arabs and Muslims. Not all Muslims. They're racist to Arab Muslims. Non-Arab Muslims, they don't care about. They just hate us. And they give us all kinds of problems. They restrict us. They censor us. It's just horrible. All we want to do is talk about the issues that everybody else talks about in this country, and we can't get to do it because they stand in our way. It's really horrible. Do you ever have trouble on Facebook or Twitter, or are you one of the smart ones that stay away from social media?
The trouble is there, Mr. Ray, even right now. Ray Hanania and Jerry Habba, we've been censored by those people, and it happened every day in every part of this great country. It is there. And this racism and discrimination is still there, Mr. Ray, unless the people try to express their feeling to the authority, to the Department of Justice. Lately, the Attorney General of the United States, I think he's not doing his homework, Mr. Ray. With my respect to President Biden administration, they are not doing enough to stop those discrimination against the citizen. And that one will remain as long as nobody will say nothing, Mr. Ray. We have over 500,000 Middle Eastern, Arab, Chaldean in a metropolitan Detroit, Dearborn, Sterling Heights, Warren, Madison Heights. But nobody there to talk. Mr. Ray, all they do, complain. How you are complaining when you don't vote on the election day. Do you agree with me or not, Mr. Ray?
Yeah, I do. I do agree, but this is our struggle. We can't even address the basic issues because we are honestly it's not just social media, it's the mainstream media. We're blocked from the mainstream media. If you're an Arab and again, listen, Arabs, I'm talking about Christian and Muslim Arabs and people from the Middle East who are non-Arab, like Chaldeans, because you and I know the difference between Chaldeans and Arabs, but most Americans do not know the difference between Chaldeans and Arabs. They look at us as one monolithic group. They hate us so much they can't see the differences, between us. But the differences are for us to deal with. But for Americans, they discriminate against us because if you are an Arab hired by the mainstream media, you're not allowed to talk about Middle East issues the way other communities are. Latinos, they talk about being Mexican, Hispanic all the time, in the media. Italian Americans, they talk about being Italian, Jewish Americans, African Americans. But when an Arab American talks about being Arab American, because they're afraid of one word, Palestine. And, you're Chaldean, and I know you're not from, I don't believe you're from Palestine. Where are you from, Jerry?
I was born in Baghdad, Iraq.
That's right.
Iraq.
That's right. I'm getting old, so I got to always ask to double check things.
No, you are okay.
But listen, they don't care. They don't care where you're born. They just assume because you're Arab, and they assume you're Arab. They don't even care whether you're Christian, Middle Eastern, Christian. They don't care.
Excuse me. They look at us when you have that olive skin.
Yes.
They don't know what the difference between Jerry as a Chaldean, Ray Hanania, Palestinian. No, they don't know. All they know, you are a foreigner from the Middle East countries, and there's a lot of other words they've been used against us, but I don't want to, with my respect to your show, I don't want to say it on the radio between sand, whatever, between camel, whatever. I don't want to say it on the radio because I do have a respect to your show.
Yeah, I know. They call us all kinds of names. It's ridiculous.
Mr. Ray, the bigger question here, don't you think we are the one to be blamed because our organization, our foundation, we do have a lot of Middle Eastern jam'iyat, munazzamat, organization, but they are there just to name, a title, no action, Mr. Ray. They don't do nothing for our community. And I bet you those organization, foundation, they've been collecting a lot of funds from the local government, from the state, from the federal. But Mr. Ray, they are not doing nothing for our community. Don't you agree with me?
Well, I do agree with you because I believe that a lot of our organizations, like even in Chicago, we have a Chamber of Commerce there, the American Arab Chamber of Commerce. There are several business groups in the American, in the Chicago area. There are several, but they don't do anything. They just ask for money. They don't do anything at all. It's really kind of shameful, I think. So
Ray, excuse me from interrupt you. Do you remember, Mr. Ray, in the last radio talk show, you were mentioned about Mayor of Chicago?
Yes.
How she started doing gas to shut a lot of our.
And nobody would do anything.
A lot of gas for a silly violation.
Yes.
Don't you think they are fighting our community for a little silly a violation in the grocery store or gas station, and nobody say nothing, Mr. Ray, till somebody you brought him to your show. He start defending the right of the Middle Eastern in Chicago. And this mayor of Chicago, Mr. Ray, I don't have no respect to her. I don't like her. I don't know how people they vote and they put this.
They're going to vote her out. They're going to vote her out, Jerry.
I hope, Mr. Ray. But Mr. Ray, we are kind of focusing on the tragedy in Oxford High School, north of Oakland County, Michigan. Don't you think, Mr. Ray, this is a wake-up call?
Yeah. Listen, the only thing I think about that shooting November 30th in Oxford, Michigan, is that, yes, that 15-year-old and the parents, they've charged the parents. What parent would give their 15-year-old a gun, and then not expect them to do something crazy? It's just beyond me. But I don't believe they should be suing the school district. There are people, when parents are victims, I get it. They're angry. It's a terrible tragedy that they have to go through. It's horrible, but they want to lash out and blame everybody, and they want to blame the school district because the school district has the money. This is about money today. It's really sad.
Right. Excuse me. That's why I was surprised yesterday to see breaking news on the local channels in Michigan, 2 and 4 and 7, those major channels, to see the famous attorney, Jeffrey Feiger. He brought 2 lawsuits against the District of Oxford, $100 million lawsuit against the district. To be honest with you, I do not agree with this lawyer. I think this lawyer is all for his benefit, for his agenda, for his name. 100 million. Imagine, Mr. Ray, what's going to happen to the district if they get lawsuits for 100 million twice? That means 200 million. No, this Jeffrey Feiger, he's looking for his agenda, and I don't think the district should be charged with a lawsuit like this. This is wrong. I mean, there are certain things we could discuss, investigation with the school district, with the supervisor, with the principal, with the teacher, but to bring a lawsuit, is not the solution, Mr. Ray. All is going to hurt the taxpayer money, the people of Oakland County and Oxford, the citizens, they have to pay money for this lawsuit. I don't think the district, they are that rich to have a $200 million on their. It's all
about the money. They use tragedy, and they go. Listen, do the parents have money? No, not enough to cover all the, the families of the 4 victims. And by the way, that tragedy is terrible. What this kid did was horrible. And I think the kid's name was Ethan Crumley. He's a 15-year-old student at Oxford High School in Oakland County. He shot and killed 4 people on November 30th. What he did was terrible. The parents, I think, should be held responsible for giving me a gun. But now, they have to look for money. So they look and they say, hey, what did the school district do? So they go after the school district, and not because the school district is responsible, but because the school district is money and you, the taxpayers, have to pay it. That's the worst part about all these tragedies that take place. Someone wants to blame somebody. Someone wants to get money. Listen, Jerry, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I got to say thank you for joining us this morning.
Mr. Ray, thank you again. And I take advantage of this opportunity to wish you and your family and all the listeners a happy holiday season. I say Merry Christmas to you, to Mike Shepka, your producer, and a happy holiday. I believe Hanukkah for our brother Jewish
it just passed
a week ago. So happy Hanukkah, and happy the birth of Prophet Muhammad also was his birthday just a couple of weeks ago. And now we're going to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. So Merry Christmas. Thank you, Mr. Ray. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. And God bless our students, our schools from any harm. Thank you, Mr. Ray. God bless you.
All right. Thanks, Jerry. Talk to you later. All right. Listen, our number is 248-557-3300. If you want to call in, share a comment. I mean, we've got a lot of topics on the agenda that we can talk about. I was at the American Arab Chamber of Commerce in Chicago last night. I served as the MC. I was honored to be the MC. What a great organization, almost 200 people attending. And they gave action awards, which I thought was very cool. The owner, president of the chamber, Hassan Nijam, and his board, they gave action awards. This was about public officials who did good for the community, the Arab and Muslim community. And the three recipients were two Chicago aldermen, Alderman Silvana Tabares for saving the hookah lounges in Chicago, 22 of them. And they would have, had they been forced to close down, we would have seen 250 people lose jobs, in addition to 22 Arab Americans losing their businesses. They gave an action award to Alderman Raymond Lopez, who is from the 15th Ward. And Alderman Lopez was one of several aldermen who stood up with us when we challenged Mayor Lori Lightfoot for trying to close more than 100 Arab businesses. She shut them down for 3 months. She closed them because she said, oh, they open 24 hours, a day, and street gang bangers that she can't do anything about because Chicago is like Afghanistan. So many people are being killed in the city of Chicago. It's a horrible place. You do not want to go there. They wanted to pretend like they were doing something. So they shut down these Arab stores that are open 24/7 because they made the argument that, gangbanger killers, go to the Arab stores in the middle of the night, and if they didn't have a place to go, it'd be easier to stop them. So they're blaming us, the Arabs, for what these gangbangers are doing, what Mayor Lori Lightfoot can't control on her own. And then we also gave, the American Arab Chamber of Commerce gave an action award to Maria Pappas. She is the Cook County Treasurer. Now, you got to really respect Maria Pappas, because what she did is this. She did an analysis of all the taxes in Cook County, and they should do that in Wayne County. Your county treasurer, whoever that is, should do the same thing. She analyzed all the taxes in Cook County and discovered that more than $200 million was overpaid to the county by taxpayers. And she organized and she didn't just do it generally. She did it generally, but she also created teams and went into local ethnic communities, African-American communities, Hispanic communities, and the Arab community. You go to cookcountytreasurer.com. She has a website that's translated fully into Arabic. It's amazing. And what she did was she went to each community and helped them claim a refund. And at each event, right now, the Arab community has claimed $1.3 million in refunds that are going to be mailed back to them because they overpaid their taxes or they didn't claim the credits that they deserve over the past 4 years. I mean, the tax systems are so complicated that oftentimes people don't understand how to do it, especially seniors and older people. So Maria Pappas returned 1.3 million, and she's not stopping, overpaid taxes to Arab American homeowners and Muslim homeowners living in Cook County. They should do the same thing in Wayne County. I'm Ray Hanania here at WNZK AM 690 Radio. Our number is 248-557-3300. We're broadcasting live on WNZK AM 690 on live radio and also on Facebook at the U.S. Arab Radio, facebook.com/U.S. Arab Radio. So you want to check us out and tell us what you think about a bunch of topics that we're talking about. 248-557-3300. I'm sitting in for Layla El Husseini, a great journalist. Her radio station is broadcast Monday through Friday right here in Detroit and on U.S. Arab Radio on Facebook Live and on the U.S. Arab Radio website. You can go there and listen live anytime, anywhere in the world. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll keep talking about some of these issues. Is Biden doing enough for Arab Americans? Seriously, do we hate Trump so much that we don't care that Biden is doing nothing for us? You want to criticize Trump? Criticize Biden. Or did you just not like him because he said things publicly that the other politicians never say but do? Trump, I don't agree with what he did. I think he was a little kind of off the deep end, many times. There were some programs I liked and some I didn't. And he said things that I didn't like, and he took actions that I didn't like, but he didn't hide those actions. He did it up front. Now we're back to the old system where they smile at us and then they stab us in the back. And I guess a lot of Arab Americans think that's a better situation. We just want them to smile at us, to throw breadcrumbs. I don't know. This is Ray Hanania here at WNZK AM 690. Our number 248-557-3300. Give us a call and let me know what you think. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Ziyad brand. Quality products from our family to yours. Ziyad Brothers Importing offers the finest quality products, including brands like Sultan, Kraft, Nestle, Hook, Rico Picon, Donna, and many more. Ask your retailer to carry these fine products because you deserve the very best. For more information, visit our website at www.ziyad.com. That's www.ziyad.com. Ziyad, quality products from our family to yours.
When it comes to reproductive medicine, IVF Michigan Fertility Centers are the recognized leaders. With locations in Bloomfield Hills and 5 other cities in Michigan and Ohio, IVF has experts in all aspects of the field. As a founding member of IVF Michigan Fertility Centers, Dr. Nicholas Shama is one of the leading reproductive endocrinologists in Michigan and Ohio. Dr. Shama has performed over 10,000 IVF cases and has helped thousands of couples fulfill their dreams of parenthood. American board certified in both obstetrics and gynecology and reproductive endocrinology and infertility, Dr. Nicholas Shama is a very caring, compassionate, expert physician that understands not only the medical but also the emotional toil of infertility on his patients. When it's time, get personalized care from Dr. Nicholas Shama at IVF Michigan Fertility Centers in Michigan and Ohio. Call toll-free 855-952-9600, 855-952-9600. Enjoy the first Syrian-style cuisine in Michigan. At Damas Cuisine and Catering, you'll find a wide selection of Syrian foods and sweets in our menu, like frikeh, hoisin, grape leaves with steak, mashawi platter, hot mahashi, char-grilled kebab, shawarma, and much more. Get super fast delivery from Damas Cuisine and Catering right to your door. Order online at damascuisine.com/menu and track your order live. Damas Cuisine and Catering, 28841 Orchard Lake Road in Farmington Hills. Call 248-987-4985.
And welcome back to Radio Ballad.
Are your hands feeling numb?
I guess
Do you feel pain opening up a jar, turning a key? Are you noticing that your elbow and your shoulder are becoming stiff? Or were you recently injured in your arm? Hello, I'm Dr. Albajit Katranji, and at the Katranji Hand Center, which just recently opened down the street from the Somerset Mall, we can provide you with the latest in hand, wrist, elbow, and shoulder care. Visit us at www.katranjihandcenter.com to learn the latest techniques that we have to offer you, and I look forward to taking care of you.
Visit us in Troy at 1565 West Big Beaver Road, Building F, or call Katranji Hand Center for an appointment at 248-869-4263. That's 248-869-4263.
And we're back live. I jumped the gun on that one last ad there. It's my fault, not Mike's. Here, this is Ray Hanania at WNZK AM 690 Radio. We're talking about a lot of different topics. Our phone line is 248-557-3300. If you want to call in and chat, let's go back to the phone lines and say hello to Hassan. Hassan, thank you for calling. Hassan Nijam from the American Arab Chamber of Commerce in Chicago. What a great job you did.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you. And thank all our board members. Thank our community for all the support. We had a great event last night with all the politicians. They showed up from Marie Pappas, Raymond Lopez, and Alderman
Silvana,
and all other politicians. They were in our event. We congratulate into our community for this support and for this great job. And thank you, Ray. You've been a great MC in our event and for all our board members.
Yeah, and listen, I was about to tell everybody that, you know, when Arab Americans stick together, like as you did with the American Arab Chamber of Commerce, you actually help bring everybody together. And when everybody comes together, politicians, even the most powerful ones, like Mayor Lori Lightfoot, she backed down. The week after you had that press conference, September 13th, you know, announcing and telling the world what she did, you know, shutting down more than 100 Arab gas stations and grocery store owners who were open 24/7 in Chicago. She just shut them down in a racist act. When you publicized that, when we made it public, she was afraid and she backed down. Now they've opened all the stores. They literally opened all the stores. That's an amazing achievement, Hassan. In my 45 years of activism, I've never seen an organization do anything like that in the Arab American community. You are at the top of that list.
Thank you, Ray. For this is our job is to help the community, you know, to support them, in every effort they need. And we want to work with the politicians who support the community, not going after them, because the politicians, they need us more than we need them. So they have to work in our side. They have to listen to us. But if they are not willing to work in our side, so what they use for supporting them, making fundraising for them, voting for them.
Yeah.
So we need politicians like Marie Pappas. She comes out. She have all those programs to serve our community. We saved $1.3 million. So
just in the Arab community. Yeah.
Nobody ever did this to our community. Nobody ever gives back money to our community. Our community, they were surprised.
I hate these, listen, Hassan, I hate these organizations that go out and say, hey, we want you to give us money. We want to have a big dinner. They pat themselves on the back. You donate $1,000. They may raise $50,000, $100,000, and then you walk away and you don't hear from them for 6 months. And you wonder, hey, look at all these problems. Those gas stations were in trouble for 3 months and nobody did anything except you. And what's really cool, and our listeners should know this about the American Arab Chamber of Commerce and Hassan Nijam, he didn't ask people for money. He actually went to and worked with Maria Pappas the Cook County treasurer, to give the Arab community money. You gave us money, $1.3 million, Hassan. Nobody has ever done that.
Yes, we did give the community money, and the community was surprised, to receive this kind of
They can't
program.
believe it.
They're receiving money, they're receiving checks from Marie Pappas, and we need, like Alderman Roman Lopez, for his support. And he comes out and he speaks out in behalf of the community.
Ray Lopez was great.
Silvana Toparas, she also comes out and she speaks out, and she saved the hookah lounge for not closing with the new law. So we want to thank and congratulate our community for the great event we had. This is for the community. It's action for the community. It's not for Hassan or for our board members. It's for the community. This is the achievement for the community.
You had a good... Hassan, I don't want to let you go right away. You had a great... I want to tell people, you didn't just have Arabs and the three politicians that you gave Action Awards to, and I love that name, Action Award, because that's what your organization is about, action. But you had African Americans there, you had Hispanics there, you had Asians there, you had Indians there, you had all kinds of... It was amazing. You did almost 200 people. It was phenomenal.
Yes. The question is, we want to get involved. And always I say, we have in our events, we go to our events and we eat mansaf and we have debka and we think the other, they hear us.
We sing Aladelona. That's it. We love the debka and sing Aladelona and eat food.
We need to share our voices, our hospitality, our views, who we are to the others, like the Hispanic, Latinos, African American, the American over here, the Indians, so they know who we are. We tell ourselves who we are. We know who we are. We don't have to introduce ourselves to ourselves. We want to introduce ourselves and our community, our culture to the others, so they can see. Yesterday they ate the date with the chocolate. They have harissa
from Ziad Brothers.
So this is what we need to be done to those communities, to bring them along and show them our culture. So when we talk to them, they say, I went to this dinner, I was there, I ate this, I did this. So we want something to talk about. But always we want to pat ourselves in the back and give ourselves an award. I don't need an award.
I don't either. You're absolutely right.
Award.
You're absolutely right, Hassan.
I want to give the politician who helped us award, not just any politician. If you are not helping our community, why should I give you an award?
You are absolutely right, Hassan. I'm going to tell you that that is exactly the attitude. I wish every Arab American organization was like your organization, doing something for the community, instead of doing something for themselves. And you know what? That may sound harsh, but I only have a list of 4 organizations, maybe 5, and I'll tell you who they are. Locally, the American Arab Chamber of Commerce is at the top of the list, right there with the Arab American Democratic Club. And by the way, they were there last night with Samir Khalil, a great leader that addresses politics and elections. And the Arab American Democratic Club has a breakfast brunch on January 30th, a Sunday, at Nico's in Bridgeview, in suburban Bridgeview. So any politician that wants to get the Arab community endorsement, they had better be at that breakfast brunch. And I know you're going to be there, Hassan, and I'm going to be there. Yep. And the Arab American Institute is a great organization, and the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee is a great organization too. But the rest of them, what do they do? I don't know. In Chicago, there are no organizations that do anything. You know, there's some that work with you, like the Palestine Club, great organization. The Ramallah Federation, great organization. But there are these other groups that say they do stuff. They don't do anything, Hassan. You're embarrassing them because you're showing that with a little work, you can get a lot done. That's why they don't like you or me, because we make them look bad.
It's not about us.
It's not.
The community and what we can get for the community.
Yes.
You saw Marie Pappas yesterday. She announced in her mouth, we return 1.3 million. I thought $1 million. Now she came up with $1.3 million
total
coming back to the community, and the number are rising. We still have more events because now it's winter, so we will have more and holidays. So we will wait after March and April. We will have more events coming, and more refunds will be there, and more politicians supporting our cause, supporting our community, getting things back to the community. So instead of those politicians, we vote, we fundraise, we raise money for them, and after that, what they do, they turn their back and they never say nothing.
You don't hear nothing from them. It's like they disappear. It's like they disappear.
No one hears from them. We need those politicians who cares about our community, and like you said about our governor, how many he has.
What did the governor do in Illinois? He did nothing. He's done nothing. It's embarrassing, isn't it?
It's about our community. So when we have a big position in the state of Illinois, and we have one Arab, maybe none. In the city of Chicago, maybe we have one Arab and we are none. That's what we should fight for. We need our people to get jobs, not just come on, vote for me, make fundraising and disappear like the mayor, Lori Lightfoot. We supported her and she disappeared.
And what did she do? Did nothing. Yes.
We need somebody support and do some action for our community. Hire our kids, not just come on, okay, we take pictures and go home and nothing being done. We need action, politician, because you need us, we need you in the same time.
Yeah. Listen, Hassan, thank you for what you did last night. And I know the community recognizes it because they've been talking about how the American Arab Chamber saved Arab American businesses in Chicago. And you really did save them, more than 100 businesses, because they came up to me, the business owners. They said last month, they came to my store, they yelled at us, they had a task force, they brought police, they brought inspectors, they intimidated us, they bullied us. This is last month. And they shut us down. And every time we tried to fix the violations, they gave us new violations, clearly trying to keep those stores closed. After what you did, the week after, they went to the same businesses and they had a whole different attitude. An inspector went in, politely said, I'd like to talk to the owner from the city of Chicago. I'd like to talk to the owner. We just want you to know we want to do whatever we can to help you. The attitude change from the city. I hope it stays that way. Every store, they've now turned to respect us because of what you did, Hassan. Every one of those store owners came up to me and said, if it wasn't for the American Arab Chamber of Commerce, they would still be closed today, losing $50,000 to $75,000 a month. It's horrible. And the rest of the country should know what Lori Lightfoot has done, because she has done a terrible thing to the Arab community, but she's done nothing to save the city of Chicago. You had a great guy, one of the candidates for mayor, John Catanzara, came to the event last night, and he said he is running for mayor, former police officer, the head of the Fraternal Order of Police. That's what I think Chicago needs, someone who understands, the police department, to give them the power they need to stand up to gangbangers and violence and street gang killers.
Yes, not to blame our community for the gangbanger and for the gangs in the street and sharing our businesses. And like yesterday, you said those businesses who came to our event, they were experienced what happened to them after what we did, the press conference, and we conferred the mayor, and they were so happy. Even the inspectors comes back with high respect to them, and
Yes.
not the old attitude where they came, and then with attitude shutting them down for unknown days. Like for one day, no, three. Some businesses they were shut down 3 months, 4 months, 6
It was
months,
terrible.
no reasons.
Yeah.
Now the attitude change in this subject, and hopefully we keep going to change and work with those politicians needs to be done, doing things to our community, benefiting from them. I thank you, Ray, for taking my phone calls.
Of course.
Take a lot of time.
And listen, and I should point out, you had a lot of good people there. You had Dr. Willie Wilson from the African American community, and his group were there, and they've done so much for the community, handing out free face masks, handing out food all over the city of Chicago and the suburbs. What a great guy he is. You attracted a lot of real people that care.
Yes.
Judge Roy Shalaby was there.
Yeah. Honorable Rawhi Shalaby was there.
Yes.
His supporter of us. And Dr. Willie Wilson, during the coronavirus, he donated thousands of free masks to help our community. He's a good leader.
Yes, he is.
And he helped Lori Lightfoot to win the election. And then later.
And what did she do? Yeah.
Yeah, she
Backstabbed us.
her own people, you know?
Yes.
That's what
terrible.
we're getting from her return. And she's went after us to crack down the businesses.
Yeah. All right. Listen, Hassan, thank you. We will talk later in the week. You did it again. You did a great job. The American Arab Chamber of Commerce, the website, I believe, is aaccusa.org, correct? Or .com?
Yes. No, .org.
.org.
Our board member.
aaccusa.org.
Yes. And thank all our board members who supported us and who stood up with us. And our big supporter, Nimr Ziad. He doesn't like to be recognized like this.
No, but he did. But Maher did a great job. Yes. And Anna Mustafa, former Chicago Board of Education member.
And many others who stood up, you know, Abed Ayyash and all those leaders in the community. They saw there is something we need to be doing, and we did it. Thank you, Ray, and have a good morning.
All right. Listen, we will talk later, okay? You have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hassan. I'm Ray Hanania here at WNZK AM 690 Radio. We're going to take our last break. And when we come back, we can take more calls at 248-557-3300. One of the topics is, you know, what has President Biden done for us? And maybe you can convince the Cook County, the treasurer in Wayne County to do what Maria Pappas is doing in Cook County, Illinois. Get that Wayne County treasurer to do the same thing, to refund overpaid taxes to the taxpayers. Maria Pappas is returning $1.3 million just to the Arab American community. And I think it's 100 million, maybe 150 million or more that she believes can be returned to all the taxpayers in Cook County. I'm Ray Hanania. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back to continue this discussion at 248-557-3300. We'll be right back right after these messages.
While we've been staying safe at home, scientists have been on a journey. The destination, a COVID-19 vaccine. This journey began decades ago with research into other coronaviruses. Scientists built from there with months of research and development, cooperation with other experts worldwide, and clinical trials on tens of thousands of volunteers of diverse race, age, and health status. They arrived at a safe, effective vaccine, and hundreds of thousands in Michigan have already been vaccinated. But the next step is ours. We need to get the vaccine when we can. Keep wearing masks correctly and taking precautions until we reach our destination, freedom from COVID-19 and getting back to the lives we love. Discover the facts for yourself at michigan.gov/COVID vaccine. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
At Top Rehab Physical Therapy Clinic in Dearborn, we provide effective physical therapy sessions in order to limit pain and discomfort. Top Rehab provides physical therapy care for any diagnosis prescribed by a physician, and we regularly see and treat conditions such as stroke, TMJ, fibromyalgia, sciatica, joint pain, and more. We use a variety of pain management methods, including modalities, soft tissue mobilization, and therapeutic exercise. If you're in need of physical rehabilitation or physical therapy, get the highest quality health care at Top Rehab. Most insurance is accepted, and we're open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday 8 to 6, Tuesday and Thursday 8 to 5, and Saturday 10 till 2. Call for an appointment today at 313-846-0555. That's 313-846-0555. Choose Top Rehab Physical Therapy Clinic on Michigan Avenue in Dearborn. Life's too short to be in pain.
Are you going to start a restaurant or a grocery store soon? Do you need floor plans and designs? Call Najee Abood at 734-744-9796. Do you want to buy kitchen and restaurant equipment at discount prices? Call Najee Abood now, 734-744-9796. New Concept Products and Design, the trademark of kitchen equipment. 5% discount on all purchases of $75,000 or more. New Concept Products and Design, new location, 31185 Schoolcraft in Livonia. Learn more at www.newconceptproducts.com. Call Najee Abood, 734-744-9796.
Life is a nonprofit charity that's provided humanitarian aid and development to people and communities for over 25 years, regardless of race, color, religion, or cultural background. When disaster occurs here or around the world, Life for Relief and Development rushes in to provide food, medical aid, and shelter to those in need. Please help improve these efforts. Make your tax-deductible donation to Life now at lifeusa.org or call 248-424-7493. Kashat's Mediterranean Market in Shish Kebab offers a great array of your favorite Mediterranean meals. Meals range from lamb specialties, shawarma sandwiches, and seafood dinners. Plus, they offer big trays of your favorite food and so much more. Kashat's Mediterranean Market in Shish Kebab is located at 32839 Northwestern Highway in Farmington Hills and is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So stop in or call Kashat's today at 248-538-9552. That number again, 248-538-9552. Kashat's Mediterranean Market in Shish Kebab will definitely leave you satisfied.
And welcome back to Radio Bellady at WNZK AM 690 Radio. I'm Ray Hanania. Our number is 248-557-3300. We only have a few minutes left anyway, but I want to thank everybody who called in and shared their opinions about different topics. And, that's what giving empowerment means. Achieving empowerment is strengthening your Arab voice in the media. And the one place to do it is right here on Radio Bellady at the U.S. Arab Radio Network by mega media mogul Layla Al-Husseini, Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 a.m. in Detroit. And you can listen to it at Arab Radio every day or on Facebook at U.S. Arab Radio. You can check all that out. That's the only way we can make a difference. They made a difference in Chicago for those Arab businesses by speaking out against Mayor Lightfoot holding a press conference and getting media attention. And by doing that, we forced the mayor to back down. And now they've changed their attitudes that they're treating Arab American businesses with respect. If you want more information on all the stuff that I do a lot of writing. I write for Arab News at arabnews.com. I write for the Southwest News newspaper group in Chicagoland. It's a group of 8 newspapers that includes the Des Plaines Valley News, the Regional News, the Reporter newspaper, and the Southwest News Herald newspaper, plus about 4 others. Phenomenal community newspaper group where they run my mainstream columns every week. You can go to my website at hanania.com, where you can get all the links to all of the writings that I do. Or you can go to a couple of them like Arab News at arabnews.com or suburbanchicagoland.com. I also have a website called the arabdailynews.com, and which is the newspaper of record for the Arab American community, where we publish everything, not just opinion, but news and feature stories. You'll be able to read probably later today about the really successful American Arab Chamber of Commerce event that they held in Chicago. And I think that, you know, as Arab Americans, we need to demand our rights from our elected officials, but we also need to demand more from our Arab American organizations. Tell them to stop asking for money and doing nothing. You know, the Arab American organizations, there's some of them that do absolutely nothing. There are some that are great, like the American Arab Chamber of Commerce, like the Arab American Democratic Club in Chicago, like the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee, ADC, in Washington, D.C., with chapters all over, the American Human Rights Council in Michigan, and other organizations like the Arab American Institute. These are great organizations, but there's some, all they want to do is fleece you. They just want money from you. They want you to give them money. They want to make themselves powerful. And you have to ask, what do you do? Every organization should be held accountable, and they need to explain, what did they do for us? Because in 45 years, nothing has changed. I've been an activist for over 45 years in the Arab American community, and I have to say, very little has changed. The same organizations doing the same things, patting themselves on the backs, having these big dinners, making themselves out to be, presidents for life. They bring home from the Middle East the bad habits that the Middle East has with some of these dictators, that we've seen in some of these countries. They bring those bad habits back here to the U.S., the Arab American community and the Muslim community, and they do the same thing. We're here physically in this country, but mentally we're still back home. We need to change that. We need to give our people a voice. We need to help them. And it starts with you. You can make a difference. Ask your Arab American organization, what have you done for me? Ask them, what did they do? When they come and say, hey, give us money, you say to them, what did you do? I know the American Arab Chamber of Commerce can answer that and say, we saved almost 150 businesses, gas stations, grocery stores, and hookah lounges, and that's 2,500 employees. They saved them. They returned $1.3 million in overpaid property taxes to the Arab American community directly. That's what they can say they did. How many organizations can say they did anything? Anyway, listen, I got to say goodbye. I want to thank Mike Chabot for helping us, and Layla Al-Husseini. We'll see you next month. Again, Ray Hanania at hanania.com. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.